Wacky Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered. The real deal. No pre-planning. No chingaderas. Straight up from the Ville.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
Gracias, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate you. Yep. Hey, you Bumper Gomez?
Yeah, dog, what's
Yeah, I
up?
need you to come with me, man.
What?
Yeah, I need you to come with me.
Go what?
Yeah, right over here. Come on.
What's going down, dog?
I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, this one or this one?
What's up, dog?
I'll get on in. Find out.
You good?
Yeah, we good. Let's get on in the back seat. I'm gonna throw this over your head.
What do you want me to do with this?
Yeah, you need to put that over your head. We can't let you see the location where we're going. Just put it over your head, man.
The locate?
Yeah, just put it
You
over your head,
kidding
man. Take it tomorrow, bro.
Oh, shit. What's going on, man?
Come on.
Dude.
I'm talking here, bro.
Wow.
Bring up.
Go, come on. And we are live from the undisclosed location somewhere in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. I just wanted to share with you guys what my guests had to put me through to get here to this place because, as you guys know, we have the studio that we do the Wacky Wednesday show every single week. And when we reached out to the Jennifer Pena camp, she's like, hey, it's got to be at an undisclosed location. Nobody can know where this is going to be. And I don't know, like all day, I even posted on Facebook earlier today. I posted, like, I felt that somebody was like watching me everywhere I was going. So I went in and bought some water and that's what happened. I ended up right here, man. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. You guys are in for one of the most amazing shows we've ever had in our over 4 years of doing Tejano podcasting. Tonight, if you've joined us because of my guests, welcome to the show for the very first time, right? The show is absolutely free. All we ask is that you share. That's it. Whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, all we ask is that you share the post. You might make somebody's day who's maybe never heard of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. So again, ladies and gentlemen, everybody joining us from all over the United States, all over the world, welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. It is my honor, my privilege, and I want to say that I'm super. Should I say it or not, Jen? super nervous. No,
I was about to say, I don't know. It depends on what you wanna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, my guest this evening, the beautiful, the lovely Miss Jennifer Pena.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm so sorry for all of the chaos to get you here. That
it's-
was quite a wacky story.
It
Bumper.
is, dude. I mean,
It is a Wacky
that's
Wednesday
what
story.
made it Wacky Wednesday right there. I reached out to Mario, and he's like, "Look, dude, we can do it, but right now we're working on a lot of things. So if you want to do it, we'll talk about it." So I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And again, I felt that people were following me today.
Yeah.
Some people thought I was on drugs, all kinds of things, but no, man. I think Mario, you sent your people, Cano. You sent your people. But Jennifer, welcome to the show,
Mr.
man.
Gangster Mario.
Yeah, did you see them all?
He's real hardcore. Ain't
Dude.
it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm sorry.
But no, it's again, it's my honor to have
Thank you.
the Princess of Tejano Music.
Oh,
That title has, the second that the Tejano industry got a hint, and I say this when we just got a hint that you were coming back to the scene, it went it just went viral. The name came back, and I try to immerse myself in the industry. Like I try to support artists, and talking to fans, and everybody's just so excited that you came back to the. Well, not that you came back, not really that you. Well, you did. We'll talk about that.
we're calling it a return.
We're calling it a return. Yeah, we're calling it a return. So Jennifer, Corpus Christi, Texas that's your home.
That is.
That's your home, huh?
At the moment, absolutely.
Man, so me and Jennifer were vibing off camera, and we were talking about some things, and she gave me this look like, "Yo, where did you get all this information?"
Yeah, you're doing your research,
it was
Mr. Kind of stalkerish a little bit, but it's okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
just
a
kidding.
little stalkerish. Yeah, you're right. It is a little stalkerish. But you were born and raised in Corpus Christi, right?
I was born in San Antonio and then raised in Corpus. So right when I was born, we moved to San Antonio.
So this is your
Corpus.
hometown then.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah.
By way of
I
Corpus.
claim it.
You
I
claim it?
Oh yeah.
So
I
not
claim
36
both.
not
I claim
361
both, just
210.
like I claim Mexico and America.
Hey, there you go.
I'm Corpus Christian, San Antonian, Texan, a little bit of everything.
Floridian?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I don't say that one anymore. Not at the moment.
No, Jen, again, man, welcome to the show. It's so amazing to have you on the
It's good
show.
to be here.
And I think the fans, it's just, again, I can't express it enough how much I love watching the fans be so accepting
It has been
of
super
everything
cool.
that you're doing.
It has been amazing to feel that love and that acceptance and recibimiento really with the whole return has been amazing. I know how blessed I am. I know how blessed I am, and I'm grateful for every opportunity that's given to me and thankful for the blessings that God gives me every day. I'm very fortunate to have the support and love of the people that have supported me for all these years and may have even forgotten about me for a little bit and came right back when they heard that I was coming back. It's an awesome feeling. It really feels good.
It looks great. It looks great. The times I've seen you, I've actually seen you twice, and both times were just amazing. But I want to share with somebody something. For the first time ever in over 4 years, an artist wanted to pray before we started the show. I'm big in my faith, and I've followed you, on all your social media platforms. I know you're huge on your faith, but for you to say, hey, you know what? Before we start, let's do a quick prayer. That took off. It took a lot of my nerves off.
Oh, awesome!
Honestly, no, it did. But the fact that she's like, hey, you know what? Let's do prayer.
Hey,
like,
you know what? I'm not gonna claim that I don't pray before every single thing. I pray when I'm prompted to, and there's always I always realize that there's a reason for it. Every single time I've done it, somebody has said, "Man, that prayer," and I'm like, "Great!" It's like I don't know.
You were
it
at the
just
right place at the
it
right
just
time.
Guides me, and it's like pray right now. This one, I just kind of.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, here's the other great thing. You know, we have Jennifer Pena on the show this week, right? And this weekend is Mother's Day.
Oh, yes.
Right? Sunday's Mother's Day. And Jen, that is just one thing that I absolutely find amazing in your person. And what I mean by that is, you know, here you are coming back into this industry, which you know is going to be demanding, which you know and you know what comes with it. I mean, you lived your whole teenage years, you lived it, and in your early 20s, you lived it. You know what comes with it, and having 5 children, right? Dude, that takes a lot. Like, I don't know, that's a lot of courage.
Thank you.
A lot of courage. So. It's just so happening we have Jennifer Pena on the Mother's Day special of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. So happy early Mother's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love being a mother, and you're very right. It's probably that demand of the music industry, and of course the demands of motherhood are probably, you know, a couple of things that working together kept me away for so long, just thinking like that there was no way to combine the two worlds. I'm trying. You know, I'm trying at this point, and I'm doing the very best in both worlds and in both roles. And I'm sure I'll make some mistakes along the way, and that's okay too.
but I mean, that's in everything. That's in any profession, any and just a part of life, right? I mean, we all make mistakes. It's
hey, my kids are gonna grow up and be like, I hated it when you were on the road for that one. You're the year of your comeback, Mom. You scarred me for life.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
goodness.
I'm just kidding.
So Jen, what are the age groups, if you don't mind me asking?
They're 3, 5, 6, 8, and 16.
Oh man, so 16-year-old. That's the 16-year-olds when they start like they think they know everything, and you know, you got to kind of.
16's fun.
It's fun. You remember when you were 16?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I've called my parents a few times before and been like, I apologize for everything I ever put y'all through. I love you.
Do you remember your parents telling you that? Vas a ver.
Yeah.
Cuando tienes tus hijos, vas a ver. You remember, right?
I remember all
when one of my
But
kids.
you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing. I can put together those things. Vas a ver. And it's very true that it's just something I was talking about earlier. We talk about the pressures of motherhood, and really, I think every mother and parent's kind of biggest goal is like, let me not cause my child lifelong traumas that they're going to carry with them that are full of resentment and turn them into bitter or jaded people. You know, I think that's one of the main prayers for a lot of parents. And I thought about it, and I'm like, my parents, you know, said it several times. When you have your kids, you're going to understand. And it's true that no matter, like, I think that as mothers, we get that pressure on us to, I was talking about how when I had my first son, I put pressure on myself to just become, like, I wanted to be the perfect mom. Like, the perfect mom and the perfect wife and the perfect everything. And I put so much pressure on myself to be that every little mistake I made as a mom, man, like they marked me, you know, like every little thing I was like, I'm failing at this, I'm horrible at this, until I got, you know, past that. And it was like, no, that's just, it doesn't matter. We're gonna make our mistakes. Everybody is. And hey, and all of our kids are gonna hate us in the end anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. don't get my wife started.
I'm just messing with you. No, but really, we're bound to make the mistakes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that's okay
for sure.
too. And I think that's what makes us, of course, like I've said in my song Fuerte, and I talk about, is that those are the things that make us stronger. They're the things that grow us. They're the things that make us better parents and better people in general, right?
Yeah, you make a mistake or anything in life. You just, it's right. It's like they say, it's not what happens. It's how you get up. It's how you respond to everything that comes your way. Jen, this is Wacky Wednesday. So I know there's a lot of people who might be watching for the very first time. There's a reason why it's wacky, because we jump all over the place, and that's the way I like it. It's just like being
That's
organic.
the way, I
Oh
like it.
my goodness.
Sorry.
But
That's just how my brain works.
you know, and I know you've done multiple interviews, and you've talked about where you got started. I find it just absolutely fascinating, being so young, and you came to the industry in a time where there was you actually were coming right before the absence happened. Does that make sense? No. So with Selena, right? You were already singing, or?
I mean, yeah, like for fun.
You weren't doing like
Like
professionally.
it wasn't like I or we or my parents or any of us were looking for that life. Like it wasn't even something I had really dreamed of or thought possible, you know. But it happened, and when it did, it was just kind of like, okay, I think that's a sign.
I think one of my
I'll take it as a sign.
one of my great memories of you is I have a little sister. Her name is Marisa. She's in Beeville, Texas. Shout out to my little sister,
Shout out
Marisa.
to Marisa.
Yeah,
Beeville.
and she came home because you were doing a signing at the Pizzerific in Beeville, Texas, and you had you used to do the little black and white 8x10s.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we had those still.
Yeah, and
Everything's so
she has it.
digital
Like I
now.
said, man, if you can find it to get it, so I can
That's
show it to you.
awesome.
But that was, and she came home. She's like, I got to meet Jennifer Pena. I'm like, aren't you like the same age? Like,
Yeah.
you know. But going back to getting started, Jen, how did that happen? How did you end up in our industry?
Well, my mom had sent a video to Mr. Quintanilla. I'm like gonna shave it down real quick.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
my mom
yeah.
had sent a video to Mr. Quintanilla, really just to show him that Selena had inspired me in a huge way, because I had been singing for a while. Let's just say 3, 4, 5 years.
Right.
And people had always told me, like, you need to sing in Spanish. And as a young girl who had grown up in the United States, like, yes, I grew up around Tejano music. My parents listened to it. But my taste was more like Madonna.
Janet Jackson.
So I just didn't quite understand it when people would tell me, like, you need to sing in Spanish. I was like, why? I don't get it. And well, they'd explain, like, your heritage and your Tejana. But it was really Selena's music that, like, it was one of the first artists that I kind of started to like really, like, at least hum the music. And then when my mom kind of told me, like, that she was young, and I guess maybe I saw the possibility, but that wasn't why. I decided to try it. I tried to sing in Spanish, and I had tried a couple of her songs. So my mom sent the video to Mr. Quintanilla, and he invited me to sing at the Astrodome for that tribute, which was super cool. And then just offered me a recording contract a little bit after that.
You remember walking into the Astrodome?
I mean, not really.
Not really.
No, honestly, I was so young. I didn't realize, like, the impact of what I was doing. Like,
At the time.
yeah,
Right,
it was.
yeah, no,
it
of
was
course.
a surreal experience, and I was super duper young. So I was just kind of like, I mean, everything was for the first time. So it was like, I had never. Like, yeah, I had held the mic, but I had never done sound check. I had never been in an arena with feedback. And they're like, oh, be careful because of the reverb. And I'm like, like, I wasn't overwhelmed. I was just learning and absorbing. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't really, like, remember what it felt like, but I knew that it was something special. Like, I knew that what I was doing was something special. And I enjoyed myself. Like, I felt like it was a lot of fun to be. I mean, I love being on stage. So being
And you were
on stage in front of all those
Jen,
people.
were you 13?
I was 11.
11.
I was 11. Yeah, so it was like a new, just I'm gonna just get up and do it. And I didn't think. Like, I didn't think, oh, I'm about to get on a stage in front of 65,000 people or whatever. Like, it wasn't even crossing my mind. It was just like, okay, I'll just go up and sing my song and then get off and do what I do. And then they're like, we want to interview you. And I'm like, what's an interview? I'm that little, guys, like that little. That's how young I am. A lot of the stuff.
And people
I didn't
automatically
even
think
understand
since
what
you're
it
an
was.
artist that you should know these things already, even at 11 years
Today,
old.
if I met an 11-year-old? I'm like, that little 11-year-old has probably been training since they were 2. You know, they can run circles around Mariah at this point.
Right.
And they know their best side. I'm like, I haven't gotten that together still.
I got you. So, you know, you Mr. Quintanilla finds you. You're with them for what? How many years?
7.
7 years.
That's where I learned everything I knew about touring and
From 11 to 18.
studio and videos and photo shoots, all of it. It was all for the first time.
And Jen, did your family put everything to the side? Because I'm thinking back when I saw you in the late 90s. Yeah, late 90s. I saw you perform KIWW. Muñeco had invited me down there, and you were doing something at a park. And it's just I mean, you were so young, dude.
I know.
You were young.
I know.
How did it's hard to put. Let me see. How did you feel being like when you were 11 to when you were 18? Like you're already a seasoned vet. At 18 years old, you're already considered a seasoned veteran on the road. Being, I mean, did you feel that you could?
I mean, I didn't realize that it had just become a part of it.
Just
my life.
like
it had
every
just
day.
become my life. Yeah. To answer your question, how you kind of started, like I have 2 older sisters. So my sisters were in high school when I started my career. My oldest sister was about to go to college, and so we just kind of worked it into our life. My sisters were the best ever because I talk about it too. Like, I'm so grateful that my sisters never got like, and I'm use this term loosely, but like jealous because of the fact that at that time, like, yeah, I was the youngest and my parents I was the minor, you know, so they had to travel with me. They had to do everything with me. And so my mom devoted her time to kind of like managing my career. And my dad had a full-time OBGYN practice that he would, you know, work all week and then go on the road with me on the weekends and come back. So they were, you know, there for my sisters and then, you know, kind of every weekend with me you. And it just became our life. Like
everybody was
the
all
norm.
in. The whole family
all of it.
all in.
The band, my parents, my sisters, everybody was just kind of on board in a way that I think they just kind of felt like, well, this is our life. I mean, it is what it is, and we're gonna.
I got you.
They've always been 100% supportive. So this is what it is now, and we're gonna roll with that. Just kind of because that's what family does, right?
A question that I've always wanted to ask you: how does a 16 or 17-year-old who probably the whole band is probably over the age of 21, if not maybe 19, 20, 21, 22. Like, how does that work? You know what I mean? Because as a fan, I'm thinking like you guys, like after the shows, there's parties, there's like okay, where does Jen go? Like, what do they do?
Jen goes
with
to her room for the most part. Yeah, like I mean, we had a tour bus, so my room was in the back, and Jen slept a lot. You know, Jen was always trying to catch up on, like, get her voice back because I would sing, you know,
so
for
much,
hours
yeah.
on a weekend and then try to kind of like recover until the next time. So like I'd get on the bus and go to sleep until we got to the next town or to a hotel room.
Yeah, and Jen in school, like you continue to do school? Like
I started and then I tried and then it didn't work and so I didn't. And then after I had my first child, I went back and got my GED at 27, got my associate's degree in liberal arts and Mexican American studies.
Really?
Yeah.
So we have something in common. Like I love our cultura.
I do too.
And we were talking about this off the air. I love our cultura. And again, you are whether sometimes when you tell artists they don't, you're a pillar in our cultura.
Thank you.
I mean, do you ever stop to think about that?
I hadn't.
Yeah.
I hadn't very much. Lately, as an adult, coming, back onto the scene and being kind of reminded often, it's pretty amazing. It does allow me to kind of reflect and think about the opportunities that I've been given, the
Right.
ways that I've been blessed, the ways that I've been able to contribute to the industry, Tejano industry, music industry. All of it.
And for for the fans that are watching, that are enjoying the company of Jennifer Pena, I was telling Jen, and I want to share with you guys, a lot of times when I go to these concerts, my wife will think otherwise, because I go to shows all over the state all the time.
Awesome.
But I really I enjoy the artists, I enjoy the music, but I really like to take in the crowd, right? And Jennifer takes the stage here in San Antonio, Cowboys Dance Hall. And it was literally as we said earlier, it was it was a rumor.
Is that very first one?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
did,
It was
something?
just like a little rumor. Like Jennifer's gonna be that. People are like, no. And then when you came out, like everybody's like, I should have gone. I said, well, the rumor was true. But where I'm going with this is that watching you on stage, one, was amazing.
Thank you.
Two, was to see this 28 to, I'm going to guess 28 till about maybe 45 age range of women not giving a shit about anything
That's the best.
but you jamming, and they were singing at the top of their lungs. And I just, that you're back now, I think all those women they're excited about it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a conversation that I wanted to have with you. You're coming back into this industry. And I love Tejano music. I love everything about it. But I think you've been given a backpack that's heavy as shit. And you've thrown it on, you've tightened up the straps, and you're ready to run with it. We need that.
Thanks.
We definitely
In what way
need
do
that.
you mean?
Because sometimes when you hear people talk on social media stuff, it's like we're stagnant, or we need something fresh, something new. Like I have these interviews every single week. I interact with fans all the time, and I get the same right. We need something fresh. And what you bring to the table is that you can reach back right now with the way you are, how you are on social media, everything about you. You can reach back and you can grab this age group that we're missing from this industry. I mean, I don't know if you've stopped to think about that, but here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, we always talk about the 15 to 25-year-old range. It's absent. You go to shows, you're gonna see everybody's gonna be higher than 25 years old.
Yeah.
You, Jennifer Pena, could bring that back.
The 15.
You're the way you carry yourself, the way you are, you can bring that back with your music. I think
Thank you.
I think we needed this. It is like breathing a breath of fresh air into our industry. I'm being very real with you. It's like
It's just that you're making me blush.
no.
seriously.
It's like a breath of fresh air. And I'm not look, I got many of female friends. I got a lot of young people in the industry, and I'm not knocking them, because there's a lot of people making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But you've made that noise, and you kind of went away, and then you came back, and it's like, hey, she's back. Like we could do this. You know what I mean? And you start that 32-year-old lady who was young, singing your songs, cleaning their rooms. Now they have kids, right?
That's the best.
And they're gonna start. That's gonna come back. And hey, mom, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what? You don't know Jennifer Boom.
You know what? I hadn't thought of it like that. It is super cool. I had thought about the fans that kind of have stuck around all these years and that I've seen kind of like grow up with me and that now have their own kids and yes, have obviously introduced their music to their kids as well. But those that hadn't, like, had already kind of forgotten about me, and then they're like, "Ooh, she's back!" and like listening to my music. Now I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that reminder.
And then here's it could be good or bad, but you're an artist that
everything is good. By the way.
But maybe some teenagers or early tweens. Maybe when they hear Jennifer Pena music, they might not like it. Let me tell you why. Because Jennifer Pena can be the get your ass up and clean the house music, right? They hear Jennifer Pena like, oh, mom's up. We got to get up. We got to start cleaning our room because she's jamming Jennifer Pena at the top of her lungs. So it could be good. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, I wanted to express that from you, from all of us here at Wacky Wednesday. I really think you're a breath of fresh air, and if there's somebody who can really, again, and excuse me about the backpack system marine in me, right?
Yeah, I like it. I actually like the analogy.
That backpack, it's heavy.
It is.
It's not just a backpack; it's full of a lot of shit, right? And you gotta put it on tight and run with it. And I think what you're doing right now says a lot about you.
Thank you.
It really does.
Thank you.
I've been watching, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I know a lot of you guys are watching, and with social media, you follow people, and you go through all these things that happen, and you sometimes people want to pick sides and stuff like that. I kind of try to stay neutral, and what I do, we try to stay neutral. But you started with Signal, right? And you did the Cásate Conmigo tour, right? Or you did the song, and then you were going to do the tour.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
It didn't turn out to be what we expected. Not meaning from the fans in that way. It just wasn't for me in the end, and I decided to move forward.
You see, guys, I told you.
That's life.
That's life.
That's life,
right?
baby.
You talked about that right now in the beginning of the show. Like, hey, sometimes there's some things you don't.
And you know what I'm glad about? Because a lot have said, like, man, I could have told you that was going to happen. And I have absolute 100% faith in God's timing and God's purpose. And I believe that everything has its purpose and a reason. So in a moment where I feel like this is the best decision for me, and I have prayed about it, and I feel that God is guiding me in that, just because it doesn't turn out how I imagined it would, or how I imagined it was going to, doesn't mean that it was a bad experience. Doesn't mean that it wasn't for me. It just means that it didn't turn out how I thought it was. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
And it still means that it still has a purpose. It still served its purpose. It still has a completely positive side to it that I will always choose to look at and will always choose to focus on. With everything, with this move and with every other move. And what I'm not going to allow this or anything else, any other, any other decision, allow me to do is not move forward out of fear of making a mistake. So it's exactly like I said earlier, that motherhood, combining the two worlds had me kind of away for a while because I was hesitant to try, just knowing that was going to be difficult. Now I'm just, I don't know, I'm at a phase or a stage of life where it's like, doesn't matter how difficult it's going to be. It doesn't matter if it turns out to be not the right move, for the future. It's the right move for now. And I'm going to keep making moves, and I'll probably fall on my face a few more times, and I'll probably make a couple hundred more mistakes. And I'm not saying that it was a mistake. You know what I mean? I'm saying that what in other people's eyes can be perceived as a bad decision or a wrong decision or a wrong turn or a mistake, I don't view it like that.
I'm kind of glad you said the part where, it wasn't for you. Like, that happens sometimes.
It's okay.
And you're absolutely right. It's okay. You figured it out you figured it out by yourself. Hey, this is not my cup of tea. This is not where I want to go with the Jennifer Pena thing.
And again, we have to remember that I'm navigating all of this again, like in a new world, you know, where a lot has changed in the industry, and I'm coming back to something that, yes, has existed for all this time, but is also going through its own changes by itself, much
Right.
less with me up in the mix, going through my own changes and all the changes that, you know, come with it. So give me, it's like I ask for everybody not to give me grace in the things that, you know, don't turn out the way that they're supposed to be. Give yourself grace, give life grace. That's life, and accept that not everything is going to be amazing, and that's okay too. And the amazing part and how we can make it amazing is by looking at everything amazing about it. I'm super duper proud of Casate Conmigo. I love that song. I think it's amazing. I love that it allows both Jesse and I to be a part of something that is a really, truly special moment for a lot of people. So I'm proud of it. We had some amazing moments on that stage. We did some awesome things. We had awesome moments on the road. We had a great time, you know, and I'm very thankful for every single positive aspect of it.
There you guys go. You know, you heard it from her. You heard it from herself.
Yeah,
so
okay,
you don't have to go around and beat around the
Yeah.
bush. Hey, you just heard it right now. Jennifer Pena
And that's all there is to it. Like
that's it. There's
I'm-
nothing
yeah.
more. There's nothing more than
Nothing
that. You know, Raza. They love drama.
It
Like,
doesn't have to be drama.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be dramatic. Like, it can just be, wasn't for me.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. And you know, moving forward, it's awesome. Like I'm super excited. You know, I got my family here in the studio. I got my daughters here watching. They grew up listening to your music. So like as a dad too, like I get it. Like, you know, we're happy that you're back.
Thank
Jen.
you.
We're really, really happy that you're back. And everybody tuning in, there's no way that we could do the show without a lot of my good friends out there. So yeah, without further ado, we want to thank Mr. Ricky Ray, the Realtor. Ricky Ray, the Realtor, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, right? Hit him up, 956-424-5724. That's 956-424-5724. He has one of the cool, Jen, you ever met Ricky Ray?
I haven't, but
Dude, he's got one of the coolest vibes you will ever meet. Give him a call, man. Let him know Bumper sent you. He'll take care of you. The Mexican Fiesta, August 23rd, 24th, 25th. This year, the Mexican Fiesta, I'll be there. Bumpers Wacky Wednesday will be there. We'll be there celebrating with all my friends in the Midwest. It's gonna be an amazing time. We got a bunch of Tejano heavy hitters out there. I'll be out there emceeing Conjunto Romo, David Ligares a los Musicales, AJ Castillo, my good homies, the Delta Boys. They're gonna be out there. It's going to be an amazing time. If you guys never made it out to Milwaukee, make sure you go out there and check it out. August 23rd to the 25th. Beautiful weather, beautiful stages, beautiful scenery. It's just a beautiful time. And the Tejano show out. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys out there this year. And then, of course, Jen, you might know who that is. There you go. Little plug. The beautiful and the lovely Miss Di Marie, who's also in Jennifer's new band. Hit her up, 210-837-8623. She can help you with all your security needs.
That lurker.
Yeah, dude. Put cameras all over your house. She'll take care of you. But when you call her, you got to let her know that Bumper sent you, and she'll throw something in. No, Eddie, she could throw something in, right? Hell yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Hit up Di Marie, 210-837-8623 for all your Vivint security needs. And then right here, guys, if you guys haven't gone to your local record shop and picked up this album by our good friend Mónico Cortez, MC2, Mi Hijo, Mi Ángel, dedicated to his son who tragically passed away last year, you guys got to go check it out. Gibby, I mean, they have big artists all over this album, and it's cool. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you guys go check it out. MC2, Mónico Cortez, Mi Hijo, Mi Ángel. And then Rockport, Texas. You ever been to Rockport? Of course, Jen, you
of
live
course
right
I
by
have,
there,
yeah.
right? Fiesta en la Playa, Saturday, August 31st. Lucky Joe, La Tropa F, J.R. Gomez, Lázaro Perez, Grupo Vidal, Roel Martinez, and Ilda Lamas. They're all going to be out there. Brought to you by our good friend Jim Luna at Quarter Moon Productions. He has a sale going on right now, $25 off a VIP going until Sunday. Right? So you got to get your tickets at QMPEventMania.com. That's QMPEventMania.com. Or you can call them at 979-665-1923. And again, let them know Bumper sent you, and Jim will always take care of you. You see that?
Yeah.
So just de volada.
That was
Hi,
awesome.
Di. Di's
Hi,
on.
Mira.
Hi, Di. How you doing?
Hi, Di. Do
Well-
they get an extra something if they say Jen sent them?
Yeah. So Jerry, if you rewind later and watch, and you say that Bumpers Wacky Wednesday sent you, you might get something. If you say Jennifer Pena sent you, well, shit, you might get the same thing. You might get the same thing.
Maybe not. I don't know if my name holds as much weight as yours.
No, come on, Jen. Really? Wow. Wow. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, is this your first time watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday? We're known for one thing, and it's just been getting better and better and better. And one thing that we love, what I love to do, is I love for the artists to get put on the spot and actually sing a song. And Jennifer walked in earlier today. She saw the mic. She gave me the look and was like,
What are you doing?
"What are you doing?" Mario's like, "Hey, we didn't
What are
move
we
it.
doing?"
We didn't move this 3,000-pound piano over here for nothing." So, Jen, could you maybe sing us a little bit of something?
Mario, you said you were going to give me the mic.
Wow, he didn't want to get burnt. He didn't want to get burnt.
No, I'm just kidding, Mario.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Pena is back in the industry. She's back. She's kicking ass, taking names. She's got that backpack that we talked about. Jen, don't let me find that backpack in your merchandise. You're going to be like, Jen's backpack.
Hey,
You got it right here.
backpack.
Her motherly instincts are kicking in.
Hey, I'm Jennifer. Okay, stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, from an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas, blessing us with their beautiful presence, the beautiful, the lovely, the princess of Tejano music, Miss Jennifer Pena.
No sé por qué pienso en ti cuando yo sé que es imposible convivir, porque tu amor lo has compartido con las dos. Ella es mi gran amiga y tú una ilusión. No, 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 no puede ser amor. El dolor de tu presencia no me deja ya vivir. Te has convertido en una angustia para mí. El dolor de tu presencia me ha dañado el corazón. Has dividido dos amigas por amor y yo no quiero más dolor. Me duele tu presencia. El dolor de tu presencia. Me duele tu presencia.
Ay.
What a pretty happy ending on such a sad song.
My heart. Man, Jen, you haven't lost nothing,
Aw,
dude.
thank you.
Nothing
I'm like, ¿te
at
gusta la
all.
canción?
Oh my goodness. Hey, you're gonna have to take the mic away from her because she's got it. There you go. Jen, you know, we talked about your, you know, your family being behind you, your life, and you have done so many things. I mean, the producer was putting stuff together on our page this week, and it absolutely blew my mind. Like, honestly, I didn't even know you were in a movie.
I was in 2. I was in 3 if you count Selena.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. Super cool experiences. All 3 completely different from one another and all very cool.
And so how in the hell did they find Jennifer Pena to do like the volleyball movie?
I don't know. I auditioned. I don't know how that kind of came about. I think
So you had always wanted to do acting?
I do. I think kind of acting and singing kind of go hand in hand, and especially starting out as a singer that didn't write my own music. You're really acting to interpret those songs as if, in those stories, as if they were your own, right?
Right.
And it's the same that you're doing in acting. And so I think they kind of go hand in hand. That's why, like, you know, music videos always came so naturally or whatever. So yeah, it was always kind of like the natural next step, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy it. You know, I'd love to. So
you always had like a package put together that was in Hollywood, and any movies that would come up, like your whoever was in charge of that would kind of like, hey Jen, this spot might be for you, or.
I don't think it was that like professional. I don't know. Honestly, I think I don't know. Honestly,
you just got the phone calls like, hey, you got to be here.
Yeah. And I went and auditioned, and they're like, hey, you got the part. And I was like,
so cool. Movie star. Tejano star.
You want to hear a funny story? I'm going to share a funny story.
Let's do it.
About All You've Got, the volleyball movie. So Sierra is in that movie, and I don't know if you put 2 and 2 together, but Sierra had that song Goodies, that in that year, whatever year it was like the biggest hit, you know, on radio ever. Well, it was a radio hit. And of course, I'm doing my own thing, so I was always, and probably still am, just very out of the industry, and people would ask me all the time, like, do you know this artist? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just, and it's not like no disrespect to all the artists who are doing their thing. It's just that, yeah, we're all doing our thing, right? Yeah. So Sierra, you know, I get to the set the first day, and I'm talking to her, and she's super, super duper sweet, and I'm like, what's your name? Yeah, I didn't recognize her because I only knew her song through the radio. I didn't know what she looked like.
You didn't know what she looked like? Yeah.
Okay. You know, same as a whole lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, what's your name? And she's like, Sierra. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And I had already kind of met Adrian, and Adrian, you know, knew who I was. I knew who she was, and so on and so forth. So then we're like walking out after the whole day is done. Mind you, I have Goodies as my ringer on my telephone, my flip phone. Remember when you could grab whatever song and make it your ringer? I wish we could do that again. I'd have Fuerte all over that. No, I'm just kidding.
you don't use a song for your ringer?
No, I don't know how to do that. We can still do that. We can still do it.
You buy them on iTunes, on the Apple Music.
I haven't done that. Yeah, you're gonna have to show me. So anyway, we're walking out at the end of the day after the whole day on the set, and I'm like, Sierra was cool, and she's like, yeah, and she says something about Sierra. She says something about the artists, that, you know, we're all artists and singers in this movie, and I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, who though? And she was like, I said, me, you, and who? She was like, Sierra. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's a singer? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool.
Still not putting 2 and 2 together.
Dude. And then when I'm like, tell me that you're not telling me that I had this whole conversation all day, acted with this girl, not realizing that she's the girl on my ringer.
And your phone never went off in front of her?
I don't know. Maybe,
dude, that would have been.
Honestly, if it did, she probably thought I was being sarcastic or like trying to be rude or trying to like snub her. Like, I don't know who you are. Right. I hope not. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is that was crazy to me.
That's wild, man.
Like, I had a full-on conversation with the girl, acted with her.
And your phone never went off. No. That would have been.
Yeah,
If she wouldn't have taken it sarcastically, I think it would have been really, really funny that,
Yeah.
that your phone
I think
would-
I told her the next day, like, wait, girl, you're Sierra from like this flip phone. I know you want my goodies. I'm like, do it. Do the move right now, girl. Do it. Do
Oh
it.
my
Just kidding.
goodness, man! And did you like afterwards? You ever have a conversation like, hey, you were a vocalist too, and
No, we just kind of did our thing every day. We never really got into like deep conversations.
that was all filmed in California.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Did you like California?
I did. I love LA. I love California. But that was filmed in LA, and I lived in LA for a few years. I really love it. I don't know.
How old were you when you lived in LA?
I was living it up at 19, 20, 21. 22.
You left Texas behind. Said, hey, I'm staying here. I'm gonna be.
You know, I'll be honest. I went for the first time when I was 13 years old. I went out there for promotion. So I'd done I think I had 2 albums out at the time, and I did promotion out there. And I was like everybody, really. When you go to LA, it's like Hollywood and the stars and the hills, and I really loved it, and I was begging my mom, my parents, please, let's go to LA, please. And they were like, no, we got things going on here. We got family, we got practice. And so I was like, okay, well, just so you know, when I turn 18, I'm outies.
And you did that?
I did. I sure did.
And your mom, dad
I
didn't
went
try
for a
to
little
try to
bit.
hold you back and be like, Jan.
No, it was good. It was good for work and the atmosphere and being around other artists and actors and the whole, healthy lifestyle thing that you get out there. It was good for me for a few years.
I lived in California for probably half our life. So lived in Cali and Orange County, and the weather, man, the weather is just. Shout out to all the fans. We got a lot of people. We got a lot of people that watch from California.
Yeah, that weather's
a lot of Tejano
perfection.
fans up there in California, but the weather is just
It is.
beautiful. Our house didn't even have an air conditioning unit.
Yeah.
People would come visit from Texas, like, hey, where's the AC? Well, we don't have them. We just have the windows open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was awesome.
So you're in California. You decided to get married.
Yeah. Start my family.
Start your
Yeah.
family. And was that like, did you guys date for a long time, or how did that?
I think we had maybe a couple of years. No, like 2 or 3 years, and we were busy, but I had spent my whole life, on the road and working, and I just kind of felt like I was ready for something new and to take on like a new kind of challenge, something that I knew I wanted. I known since I was young that I wanted a big family, and so just kind of decided to start that venture.
If you guys don't know, not only does she want a big family, she is a huge animal lover.
I am.
Huge. But not yet for a little ranchito or a little farm. Not
yet for
that.
a little while. That's that's settling down stuff. That's like, okay, because, and this is why I say it, because it's a responsibility, man. Those are it's kids.
Yeah.
And kids that you can't just put in a boarding, grooming, and leave them at the groomers for the weekend.
Jen, were you one of those kids that would go to the pet store and like wanted everything? Like, let me get a chameleon, let me get a
had
parrot,
everything.
let me get a frog.
I have had everything. Like growing up, there was a season where I was super into fish tanks, not saltwater. I never got into salt. Actually, I love saltwater. I've just never had one. So all my fish tanks were freshwater, but I had frogs, fish. I had all kinds of. I had like 6 tanks in my room at one time. Wow. And then I had rats. I had mice. I had mice because my sister had snakes. And when she would feed her snakes, the mice and the snakes wouldn't eat them, then I would take the mice as pets. Yeah, dude. Seriously. I had rats.
Hey, fool, it was like, hey, if you could make it through the snake, you can stay. But if you can't, you're gonna be eaten. But if they don't eat you, I'll take care of you.
Hey, Hey, no, and this is so not true. But can you imagine if, like, when I was done with the mice and like done with them, I just gave them to the snake in the end? That'd be messed up.
But you didn't do that.
No, I didn't.
You didn't do that. You
They
didn't do
died
that.
of natural causes.
Well, it was funny because we have mutual friends, and my buddy, shout out to my good friend El Muñeco, he's like, dude, you gotta ask Jen about her bird, Muñeco. And I'm
Dude,
like,
Muñeco was the best. You know, like, I named him Muñeco because he gave him to me, and that was Muñeco, right?
so he gave you the bird.
He gave me the
He
bird
didn't
as a
get that
gift.
far in the story.
No, he didn't.
No.
No, he gave me the bird as, like, I think it was a birthday gift, a little cockatiel in a little cardboard box, and then I turned, I gave him a cage, but really that bird was my lovey. Like, he was always on me and with me, and he'd cuddle, and then he began to fly around my whole room like it was his cage.
Right.
Then he began to fly around the whole house like it was his cage. And I swear to you that anybody who came into my house would sit down at the living room, couch with my dad or whatever, and my bird would fly onto their little shoulder and pick at their mouth and ask for kisses. He was the cutest little bird ever. Okay, you will never find. I never found another quite like him.
Wow.
But we did. We had, after him, we got into birds and parrots. We had parrots before, but we got into birds and parrots. And at one point, my parents transformed their formal dining room in our house into an aviary. Like, we took out the floors.
Whoa, hold on. This is Wacky Wednesday. You got to go back to that word. What's the word?
An aviary.
Eddie, you know what an aviary is? I'm assuming it's a big bird cage.
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's like a big
Mario,
bird
don't
habitat.
get. Hold on,
It's a bird
Mario's giving me a look like,
habitat.
yo, you didn't know that, dog? Did you know that, Mario?
It's a bird habitat.
Did you know that, Mario?
That was an airport.
Oh my god! How many of you guys watching the show knew what it? One more time, the word.
Aviary.
Wow.
Hey, watch me be using it wrong. That'd be messed up. No, I'm just kidding. That was aviary. Aviary. We took out the floor. We put bedding. We had like all these perches everywhere, and we had like 8, 10.
Formal
I don't
living
know
room,
how
huh?
many birds in there, but we had a lot.
So no Thanksgiving dinner in the formal living room.
Nope.
Formal
Nope.
dining room.
No.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
I love that my parents were always on board with that too, though. I mean, each of our rooms had cages galore, and then we also had the dogs and the cats and all of those, But my parents were not as big of animal lovers as we were, but they allowed us to explore that world of animals and pets. And I love them for it.
What does Jen
They
have
hated
now?
every aspect of it, I'm sure. Their house was, being torn apart. Yeah. But to give us that experience and nurture that love of animals for all
What
of
is
us.
Jennifer? What do you have pets now?
Right now, I have a cat that I have had for 15 years. That is barely beginning to love me. The cat basically lived her whole life like separate from us as a family. She's like, I don't like y'all. Y'all are too much for me. She stayed away. And until this past 2 years, she's come to really love me. And I am her master now. And she is my lovey and I am her master. And her name is Fuzz. And then I got a hamster for my 16-year-old last Christmas or something. And I love that hamster. She is the cutest thing. She's just...
How the hell do we have Jennifer Pena talking on the Tejano Talk about hamsters, dude? Pinche Bumpers Wacky Wednesday at it again.
It's wacky.
Yeah, that's it. Jennifer, you having the kids, right? Take us back to having your family and you saying, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna do this thing again. Like the whole drive here, when I didn't have the mask on, right? I was thinking to myself, like how. What in that moment was it just like a split decision that you said, hey, I think I'm going to do this, or was this something that you just pondered for a little while and kind of just thought about it and it just kept eating you until you finally say, you know what, I gotta do this.
I think there was a spark there it was like the flame was fanned when I did the Canelo Saunders anthem, right? And then soon after that was like the TV world. Then I got to do like a couple of reality shows and then being on camera. It was just fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being around people who, know that world and being on camera again and being Jennifer Pena again, right? Now, it was a gradual thing, really, because it started when I began to receive so much like support through my social media. That's really when I began to see, like, first of all, people do remember me, and second of all, people they really like me. And I'm just kidding.
Your TikToks are awesome.
Thank you.
I'm not a follower. Like, I don't go around following moms. Like, you know what I mean. But the fact that you could make something fun and happy with just your everyday life. To me, that was
Thank you.
cool, and I think a lot of people could relate to you that way. And I don't mean to go off of what I asked you, right? But I wanted to know, like, you were doing show business, but to come back and to do music, was it a long decision?
I think it's still. I mean, like, people are convincing me more and more every day. Really, it's like there's a lot of people who really want who I genuinely feel want the best for me, and people coming out of the woodwork to try to help and lift me up and push me along, and it's all encouraging, and it all kind of gives me that animo, right? And that I think everybody kind of needs, including me.
Yeah.
But we all kind of need it, and so I hope to be that encouragement for some people in my life and in my inner circle and in the industry and in the world, right? The way that some people have been that for me.
And do you think on your social media platforms you've shared a lot of, like, your have you ever done a post on your down, like, when you're not the spunky Jennifer Pena, like when you're just kind of like, hey?
No, I don't like doing that.
You don't do that.
I don't. I save my social media. I always want it to be positive. I don't think people
well I'm just saying
to hear me crying.
No,
or
but
or see me in a down moment.
But it's not. I don't see it as something negative. I see it as like, hey, you know what? If Jennifer Pena is a mom, a singer, an actress, and she's having the same. People think because you sing, you're an actress, you're a millionaire. One, that's what.
Is anybody a millionaire?
Right. No, but I'm just
this
saying.
economy
And you don't have the same problems that the rest of us have. I think if you were to show something, I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking outside the box here. People would like, okay, she's just like us. You know what I mean?
Well, I just choose to kind of
that's your private
repeat
stuff.
that. I'll continue to remind people that I'm normal. I'm just like you. I feel the same things. We all do, because we're all human. There is nobody who is exempt from, negativity, negative self-talk, down days, low energy, any of it. I just choose to, like, move past it as soon as possible. Is first my biggest thing is, like, I don't like to, like, stay there for very long.
Dwell on anything negative.
Absolutely not. But also, like, I'd rather just be positive on my social media. If I can encourage with that, I'd rather encourage in that way than to encourage in the way. It's just my style, let's just say. Like, rather than encourage people by letting them know that I'm just like them and we all suffer and we all go. I'd rather encourage them, and, like, right now I'm feeling great.
Jen,
and I hope you do too.
For the people watching, I had a lot of people hit me up. They want to know, does Jennifer Pena run her own social media platforms?
Yeah, but I don't ask for money on my social media. So if you've ever encountered something like that, it is a hack. I do. I'm behind the screen. I don't get a lot of time to like everything or respond to everything, but I do. And yes, my official accounts are run by me. And let's see. And there are some accounts out there, I'm going to say it right now. Like, there are some accounts out there that literally confuse me. That I'm like, is this me? Did I just post this?
Did I
thought
post this or I didn't
but it
post
looks
this?
a little different. They are exact. Like, these guys are getting good, man.
What is it called? Fishing or was it?
I don't know. Catfishing.
Catfishing. I was, something like that.
So like, I understand how hard it is, and really, it can be tricky. Like, I don't know if my Facebook has been hacked. I've tried to kind of like get some taken down. I don't get responses from Facebook. I don't know why. I know there's a couple of like copycat TikTok accounts as well. Mm-hmm. I am behind my social media accounts, but I guess, hacking is always a possibility. So if you ever receive anything from my official account asking for money or something that just seems odd or out of it, like, be smart. That's all I can say. I won't ask for money, I promise.
So if you're watching, you're the person with that fake account, stop it. Right now.
Stop trying to con my fans,
There
man.
you go.
Stop trying to con people. Go make some money.
Jen,
Go
speaking
work.
of your fans, the chat room is blowing up. People are just so happy that you're back. Like, I can't tell you that enough. People are just so happy that you're back. And for the people who see this and like, well, she didn't never really go anywhere, or the music's always, in the Tejano world, it's always played. Like,
Yeah.
the music.
That's music.
And literally, you really didn't go nowhere, because we always heard Jennifer
kinda
Pena.
cool. That's the best
but
part.
we didn't see you anymore,
Yeah.
like live, in performances. So I don't know, Mario. You think Jen's got one more song in her?
Which one you?
Oh.
I love that song.
So,
La cantas conmigo. Mario, are you like?
Flashback.
Mario, are you offering to sing?
Whoa, wait a
opposite
minute,
part
wait a
or
minute.
What?
What was the beginning of that song again? A ver, let me hear the beginning of that song again.
No puedo negar que de ti me estoy enamorando. No pasa ni un minuto sin que ya te esté pensando. Tu sola sonrisa me acelera el corazón. Y no cabe duda, esto es amor. Pero la verdad, siento que conmigo estás jugando. Y creo que el miedo de mí se está apoderando. Porque tú me pides una prueba de amor. Aún no es el tiempo, espera por favor. Tengo miedo a cometer un error, miedo de entregarte el corazón. Si me quieres debes esperar, pues no ha llegado el momento de amar. A su tiempo todo llegará, con un beso cuenta te darás que te voy queriendo de verdad, pero tú no lo entiendes y el miedo a perderte me hace llorar.
Mario,
Woo! Mario.
you're one bad mofo, dog.
I know, dude.
You're one bad mofo. And speaking of Mario, speaking of a bad mofo, let's talk about Jennifer in the future, the band. Like, dude, you got some.
I did.
She said, "I did. I got."
I did.
You got
am Mario.
Yeah, you got an A team. You got an A team right now.
do.
Like, you got an A team. You want to talk about it?
I do. I have an amazing team that Mario put together. I contacted Mario and said, I need my own band. This was honestly before I even started with Signo and Casate Conmigo and everything. It was already in the works, and so I had talked to Mario and I said, put him together, put the best together, and he has, and we've assembled an amazing team. I'm super proud of. We did our first solo performance in San Luis Potosí on April 6th. It was awesome. It went great.
I saw pieces of that. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
That was awesome.
Can I get a tissue? My nose is running like crazy. Got allergies over here. No empiecen con los rumores, okay?
Wow.
No empiecen.
No, you got to say that. You got
I do have to say it here.
You do.
But
You
I
do.
do also have to say, like, every time I come here, when I walk outside or like inside of somewhere, my nose just starts to run like a faucet, and then I'm like, you know.
Didn't happen in California though.
It didn't happen in California, and it doesn't happen in Corpus either.
Wow.
It happens a lot in San Antonio. I've noticed.
I got
because
you.
I've been
I got
coming
you.
back and forth a lot.
Jen, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Right?
Ay.
This is one of the first times.
Como si no has estado haciendo esto
This is
toda
one of the first times I've ever done this on the show. I'm gonna give you a name,
Okay.
and just first thing that comes to your head.
Okay. Like a name of a person?
Name of a person.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Probably do like maybe 3 or 4.
Tell me, please say Bud. So I could say Urban Cowboy.
Sissy, calm down, Sissy. Were you Team Bud or Team Sissy?
Who do you think?
Oh, goodness.
Sissy was
All right.
Sissy.
Well, probably one of the most obvious ones is the Queen, Selena.
Man, then you said to, what was I doing?
The
What was the
fir-
assignment again?
the
I misunderstood
there you
the
go.
assignment.
See, there you go.
The first word that comes to my
Yeah,
head.
your first thoughts when I give you the
Well,
name.
you said it, Queen. She's like, I know that she is the Queen of Tejano. She was amazing, and inspiration is the next thing that comes to mind. She was ahead of her time, you know. And I see her now, and I'm like, dang, like she was bad in like the best possible way.
I got you.
Yeah.
Celia Cruz.
Ooh, Celia Cruz was just like, I think, poderosa. Like every time I saw her, she walked in to the room and it was just like a power. Like you just knew that this powerhouse had entered the room, and it was power. It was magic.
Magic.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then Azuka at the end.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. Like, see, because no matter what, like fan of her music or whatever, it was her. Like she walked in and you were like, you know, there's just people that have that like I guess aura or magic about them that you see them, and I'm just like J-Lo, dude. I could like just stare at that woman forever. I was gonna say, girl, I would just stare at that woman forever.
And people are probably gonna say, "Bump, Celia Cruz, really? This is Tejano Pod." Hey, dude, we didn't talk about that. We'll save it for another day. But Jennifer's international, bro. Like that's a given, right?
And I got to perform with artists that were international too. So I did award shows where Celia, you know, was there, and I literally got to see her, you know, walk in and do her sound check, and I'm like, it's crazy. So
just to be around somebody like that, right?
Just to be
Their
around
vibe.
it, yeah. It's pretty amazing. Cool. It's an amazing experience.
And the last one's gonna be really tough.
Okay, I don't know.
Really, really tough.
I don't find anything tough.
Okay.
I got it.
I know what people would want me.
Now he's gonna really try.
I know what people would want me to say, but I'm professional. Last person, Mario Ortiz.
That was a good one. Mario is, a bad dude that I am proud to have on my team and on my side. And aside from his amazing musicianship, is an amazing person that I'm glad to, again, have on my side and in my circle and on my team.
You know what I find really cool?
Thank you.
Oh, you love it? Yeah.
He gets me, dude. That's exactly what I heard in my head. Dude, look.
But I want to throw this at you, right? What I find amazing about this right here, the Mario O, the Jennifer Pena. You mentioned it a few minutes ago about international, being on big stages. You guys have been on some of the biggest stages in Latin music. Let's just take the word Tejano, just Latin music. You guys have been on some of the biggest stages, played with some of the biggest stars. But guess what? You two are still Tejano. You're still right here with us, right? That's why I tell you that backpack that you carry us in there. Anytime you perform, if you get to ever perform in New York and there's not very many Tejano fans, but you're playing the music, right?
Yeah.
You're representing who we are.
Yeah.
And I really think that's what we're missing here in the industry. When we have these big conversations about the industry and Tejano music, that's what we're missing. We're missing to love one another, promote each other, and be proud of who we are. Because at the end of the day, you know, you performing with a big Puerto Rican star or a Cuban star, you know, Mario, the Commodores, like, you know, a whole different genre of music. You guys see the love, you see that, right? But at the end of the day, people are going to say, but they're Tejanos, they're
from Texas.
they're Chicanos, they're Mexican American.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I mean about the pack, Jen. Like, you carry us with you in that backpack. And I really think in my heart, and this is, I never bullshit on my own show. Like, I am who I am. I don't try to be anybody
Good.
that I'm not. I'm
That's the way to
just
be.
Bumper Gomez.
Good.
But I really think you can take us. Not that we're not going in the right direction, but I think you two, with the amount of experience you guys have outside our normal industry here, you guys can take it and you can run with it. And we, as the fans, you guys watching the show, you guys have to push, right? You have to love the music, go out and show up to the shows, pay the money for the tickets, and not for Mario and Jennifer, but for all Tejano artists, right? For all Tejano artists. And I know you've gotten some backlash. Well, maybe not you personally, but on social media, people are like, well, she doesn't really want to be Tejano. Like, what do you?
I am Tejano.
That's what I mean.
I
You are Tejano, but you see yourself going into this bigger market.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely
You're
not.
taking who we are,
Absolutely.
and you're sharing it to the rest of the world.
Representing
And we should
always.
you're repping us, and we should be proud of it.
Thank you. Thank you. No, that is how I feel. And you know, always representing everything I did in the international music world. Everybody knew I was the girl from Texas. You know, I always was the Tejana of the industry, and I, you know, always will be because I'm from Texas. I am.
And for the
Tejana.
record, you're proud. You're a proud
I
Tejana.
am proud. I'm very proud. I love Texas. Howdy. And I would
Oh,
still
my
always
goodness.
say howdy.
Howdy.
Like, it's just associated. It's like howdy and
Y'all,
¿qué pasó?
¿qué pasó?
Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó?
Jen, where do you see yourself 12 months from right now?
Oh, man. I have no clue, but I am going to keep moving for 12 months. And so I'm just going to, I always kind of put it in God's hands. I'm taking day by day, like almost every other person in the whole wide world, right? I would think. I don't know what the future brings. I have plans. I have dreams. I have things I want to achieve. I have goals. But I don't know. I'm just going to put it in God's hands and we'll see. Check back with me in a year.
There you go. You guys heard it here. We're going to have her back here in 1 year. But in the meantime, there is a lot of things going around and whirling around. And Jen made a video and she's like, look, guys, if you don't hear it from me, it's not from my official site. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be there. And that's happened quite a bit. But I could tell you some places that I know she's going to be, you know, and one of them's coming right up, like really, really soon.
Yeah.
Do we have the flyer for that? the Memorial Day Bash in Victoria, Texas, with our good friend, Mr. Frank Salazar. Un saludo to Frank Salazar.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to throw him under the bus real quick, Jen. He had this cologne on the other day.
Uh-oh.
And dude, I'm a dude, right? But the bottle smelled
Delicious?
shit.
Delicious?
Delicious.
Was it that
dude.
baccarat? Was it the baccarat?
It wasn't the baccarat.
Man, dude, no, I sat in conversations like...
It was the YSL, right? And so I said, Frank, a la madre, bro, what is this? He goes, and you know, have you ever had a conversation? Frank's like, my wife brought it for me, and I just. I only can wear it when I'm with her. If I'm going out, she makes me put on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Can't wear that one. So, dude, I came home. I told my wife, hey,
go get it.
I went straight to the PX on base, and I went and bought it, sprayed it. I said, hey, what do you think? She goes, I don't smell nothing. I chinga. Wasted $140 for nothing, man. But going back to the flyer.
No, dude, that baccarat, though.
It's money?
That baccarat, I'm telling you, I've had conversations where I'm just like, what?
That's not the one Canelo is wearing, is it? It's all over TikTok? Maybe.
know.
You guys help us out.
Special.
But Memorial Weekend Bash, right? It's coming up right around the corner in like 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
In 2 weeks. Huge event. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I mean, I don't got to go through these names. Just look there. The
That's
cream
a
of the
full
crop.
lineup right there.
The cream of the crop right there in Tejano Music are going to be there, and Conjunto. It's going to be an absolute good time. Me and Eddie and all the Bumpers Wacky Wednesday team and family, we're going to be out there celebrating. Listen, Laura, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, homie.
Ooh.
Right, Eddie? We don't got to ask. We're going to be there. We're going to be there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make sure you guys go out there and check it out. I think there's still all kinds of VIP. There's everything available. Come out and say what's up. We'll be out there all 3 days. So un saludos to Salazar Promotions, Frank Salazar. Yes, sir.
Talking about
Yeah, and I'm excited that Frank and I were able to work something out. We're going to be out there for Memorial Day Bash. Of course, that was kind of like worked out later, and so it will be a shorter set. But I'm excited that I get to do a set. They kind of have
with
to
your band.
Yes, with that to kind of squeeze us in on a different day and so on and so forth. But I'm doing a short set. I'm glad I could, do something for the fans, and I'm going to be signing some autographs out there too, and I'll have merch.
Wow. So and that's the soonest live show, right? Or do you have something for that, right?
So far, that's the soonest.
And then one, I don't know if I gave you the flyer, Eddie, and if I didn't, I'm sorry. But one that we all look forward to every single year, Tejano fans all over the world come together in Sin City every single year come July, right? Mario, can we talk?
I've heard a lot about this week.
Can we talk about that or no? Yeah. You sure? Oh, yeah. All right. So, Jennifer Pena.
You probably have more information on it than me. So.
Dang, that's what I'm saying.
Just so that you know.
For everybody that calls me and has conversations, I'm telling you, I'm the TMZ of Tejano Music. Just because I don't post everything, I know everything. I'm telling you. I got secret squirrels all over the place. No, hombre, check it out.
Secret squirrels, yeah, that's what you are.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
Wow. See, I'm making a shirt next week. Secret squirrel right here. Anyway,
Sometimes
going back.
It seems like ADHD. I'm like, what? Squirrel. I'm sorry. Secret squirrel.
Going back, Las Vegas, Sin City, this July. Forgive me because I don't have you have the dates, Mario?
July 12th.
12, 13, 14.
July 12th.
12, 13, and 14. I think it's 4 days.
I'm
4
on the
days.
12th.
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
We're there Friday.
You're there. You guys gonna be there Friday night at the Grand Baile, no? Wow, Jen, you're just finding all this out right now?
That's the 12th. Right?
Friday the 12th.
The 12th.
Oh, I was like,
It's
what?
the
Did
12th.
I say something? I
At
was
Grand
supposed to
Baile.
say? All right.
Grand Baile.
Friday,
Those things I know.
July 12th, Tejano, Vegas, a bunch of Tejanos, not just Tejanos, because there's people from all over the United States,
world,
man.
right?
It's a great time. Jen, have you ever done the Vegas?
I have, I think, but like a long time ago. Not recently.
Okay. So check
Looking
check
forward
this
to
out.
it though.
I'm probably gonna get in trouble for doing this, but it's
I
okay.
cheating
It's all good. So you're gonna pay you're gonna Jen's gonna be at the Grand Baile
Yes, I am.
performing.
That we're super excited about.
The Tejano fans want to know: is Jennifer going to disappear after the Grand Baile, or maybe because there's a guy that you might know, he's ran a stage for many years. The Grand Baile is beautiful. It's great to see you guys perform and big dance floors. Everybody has a great time. I get it. We need to be there. Mm-hmm. But the real party
Is the after party?
is the after party.
Hotel, Holiday Inn. I'm just kidding.
The after
just
party,
kidding.
and they have a small stage up in the lobby, and like the people just come out, nobody leaves, and I mean it goes. Why do they kick y'all out of there or no?
Probably.
About 4
They
a.m. They
Mario
kick y'all out.
everywhere.
About 3 or 4.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I host the after party jam session, and it gets stupid, bro. To where I have to turn people down, and they get mad at me.
The artists get butthurt, right?
Yeah, bro. There's fights that break out.
Well, Mario, wait. Are you saying there's fights between the artists?
No.
You have to turn artists
Look,
too?
it's like if like you're on a team, right, and you're on the bench, and Mario's like, "Hey, Jen, you're up," right? But the bench sometimes it's short, but most of the time in the after party it's real long, and
everybody wants a turn.
Everybody wants a turn.
So the artists get upset when
And
you don't
Mario's the
invite them
coach,
up.
so
Well, Mario hasn't invited me.
he ends up. That's
mira
where we're going.
nomás,
That's where we're going with this. So Mario becomes the a-hole. He becomes because he has to tell artists like, no, bro, or. I mean, one year he had to have somebody get down. They had words. I mean, it got pretty.
No.
It
Mario,
got nasty.
You have words?
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
dude?
We're not gonna talk about old shit though, Mario. We're not talking about.
That's somebody taking it a little far. Like, really get upset about
Dude,
that?
but my goal, Mario, is to find somehow,
know who it
some
is.
way. Maybe Dave Chavez is listening. Maybe if we could just get. Can you look? You're already gonna kill it on the Grand Baile. Like I know the vibe's gonna be
We're gonna
awesome.
go all out. It's gonna
right?
be great.
But then everybody drinks. Now we're talking 2:15, maybe 2:30 in the morning. In the morning.
I'm asleep.
No, hombre, Jen. He ain't ready for Vegas.
I'm just kidding.
So we're talking about maybe like 2:10, 2:15 in the morning. Mario gives a look.
Mario gets on stage.
He calls up the A team and he's like, "Hey, Jen, get up here." And I'm speaking in, like they say, I'm speaking this into existence, right? I can promise you that casino is going to freaking erupt if that happens.
If what happened?
Ron, if you're listening, Dave,
what?
you listening?
Oh, okay.
She's still 2 in the morning. Like I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Like no.
Oh, wait, what?
So,
Sure.
Jen, if I promise you, and when it happens, you walk off. I'm gonna be right there next to Mario. I never make the stage. I just kind of stand and look. But I'm gonna give you the look and be like, "I told you." And we'll have that.
Okay.
Remember, we had this
moment.
conversation.
Okay.
So, you have that coming up, right? Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Memorial Bash, Las Vegas.
And we have Milwaukee on the 27th.
Milwaukee
Milwaukee on the 27th.
of
Can't really
Ju-
talk about it that much right now, but yeah,
yeah.
we'll bring it up.
Right after, that's July, right? Vegas is July?
Vegas is July.
Okay.
Another Milwaukee.
No, this is different.
Milwaukee's not-
different
yeah,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's July 27th.
All right, Midwest fans, Milwaukee fans, we gotta have a talk. We gotta.
Pero ¿por qué no?
We
¿Cuál
gotta.
es el secreto?
I don't know. That's I told you. I just told you I'm the TMZ, and I didn't even get that information.
Hey, I take the information and I do with what it is supposed to be done.
It's a casino.
Moving
But before
forward.
we call it a night, Jen, I want you to reiterate kind of on your video, like to the people, like, hey man, these are the dates, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want people getting pissed off
and
at
I
you.
have September 6th and 7th. Monterrey is on sale. Los boletos están a la venta ya para la fecha de 6 de septiembre en Monterrey, Nuevo León, en el pabellón M, I think. I'm excited about that one. And then Saltillo, Coahuila, el 7 de septiembre también. And then there's like some other things that are kind of still in the talks, like November and,
Right.
but I'm confident that many doors are opening for me.
No, for
and that
sure.
soon I will have more dates and occurrences to share with my fans.
So 2 more questions.
Okay.
Spanish. You speak it beautifully,
Thank you.
but I'm going to assume that you learned as you got older.
I learned as I went. Now I'm not going to bust out in Spanish. Hay muchos fans que... I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah. There are a lot of fans that grew up with me, right? So when I started my career, obviously, I, sang Spanish. So I tried. I knew a lot of Spanish words. I had grown up, hearing things around the house and learning words. So I knew how to, communicate or get my point across, but it was very difficult for me to, have a full-on conversation. So as my career progressed and my music began to, my audience and demographic began to grow outside of Texas to the United States, I began to encounter more people that spoke Spanish and felt the, need and not really pressure, but need, because I wanted to be able to communicate with my fans to begin to, practice Spanish more. And then with my 4th album, I began to travel to Mexico a lot. There, I was pretty much going to Mexico every weekend. So that was kind of natural that I got a little bit better at it. And then at 17, 18, when I began with, Univision and the whole international thing, there I was spending a lot of time in Miami and LA. In Miami, there's, Venezolanos.
Carajo, ¿qué?
Puertorriqueños. I began to really be immersed in the world of Spanish where I had to keep up.
Right.
And so I little by little kind of started putting together. I understood more than I spoke. And so I began to learn how to connect the dots a little bit better. When I want to say this, I understand that this is what this person is trying to say to me. So when I want to say that, this is how I'll say it,
Yeah.
Kinda like that. And then it just
Because I've seen some interviews of you all Spanish, and it's on the money.
I still
You still say some words?
I still say some words. I still
How do you say
make up all
parking in
kinds of
Spanish?
words. Parqueando, of course. No, just kidding. Parqueando. Of course. That one don't change. It don't change no matter how much Spanish you learn.
¿Dónde vamos a parquear? What? What do you mean? What's the correct word?
Estacionamiento or estacionando.
Dang! No,
Hey, don't test me. Don't put me to the test.
If you're watching and you guys want her in Spain, she's ready. She can speak.
Estoy lista.
She's lista.
Lista.
There you
Lista.
go.
Lista.
How?
Lista. I'm just kidding. I don't know that they say it like that in Spain, but that's where they talk like that. So I'm gonna put it in lista. I think so. I think that would work.
And my absolute very last question is, when can we expect some brand new Jennifer Pena music? And with that, like a side note, it's gonna be hardcore Tejano, or you're gonna kind of what are you thinking?
Well, really, really soon, because I'm excited to get something of my own out. And I have a lot of stuff that I've been working on. Nothing is quite ready yet, but it is kind of like priority to get something out soon. So here, very soon, I'm working on getting some stuff out. And then I believe that once I begin to get that ball rolling, that I'll be able to fall into the whole rhythm of what the music industry is today and begin to kind of release music more frequently after that. I'm hoping. I think so, and I hope so. But that is the plan, and it's part of the, next few steps. And I'm really excited about it. I have some good stuff I'm dying to share with my fans.
So you're already working on stuff then.
And then to answer the next part of your question, I'm not focused on genre or anything like that.
Just want to make what you want to make.
Exactly. I've been collaborating with, different people, writing with different people, working with different sounds, and I'm just having fun with it. And again, it kind of goes back to how we started this interview. I don't want the fear of the possibility of a mistake to keep me from making moves and taking risks and trying new things, because that's what life is about, right?
Yeah.
I think Michael Jordan had said it in one of those like documentary things, that he said something like, why am I going to be afraid to miss the shot I never took. And that was kind of like, ooh, that hit hard, because it was like, yeah, like, why are we afraid of missing when we're not even taking the shot? So I'd rather take 1,000 shots and miss however many I miss. Let's just say 999.
But you might make that one.
I might make that one, and it might be the one. And I don't want anything, much less fear of anything, to keep me from moving forward and making moves and growing and becoming better in anything and everything that I can. Everything that's within my power to become better at.
Yeah. You triggered a question.
Oh,
If
and a last one.
If Jennifer Pena could collab with any genre, any person, who would be like, if you got the call, you would just be like, yes, I'm there. Like, I'm gone right now. Like,
oh man.
Only
let me
one.
just say that I have loved collaborations since before they were a thing. I would like pray that somebody would want to collab with me at that time when I was in the industry. I did get to do a couple. I did, Abrázame Bésame with DJ Kane. I want
Shout out
to
to
say
Kane.
that was my only collab with Q Productions, and then when I was with Univision, my only other collab was with Daniel René, and it was a song called El Deseo de Ti. It was a beautiful song. And I want to say those are my only two collabs, and then more recent things. But at that time, like, I just always wanted somebody to ask me to be on their song, and they never did. No, I'm just kidding.
you shouldn't say that, because right now, whoever's managing your phone's about to blow up right now. But back to the original question.
I love collabs.
One
and
person.
I can't. It's like, you could ask me what my favorite song is. I can't tell you. The only thing I know I have like a favorite or like one of is a color. And that's my favorite color is blue. And that hasn't changed all these years. And I don't think it's going to for my whole life. But everything else, like music, movies, food, all the things that I love, is like asking me to pick my favorite child. Like, I can't. I just can't.
So what if I said two? I'll let you say
go.
two.
So what do you? No.
Collab.
Oh no. Ask me, and
Yes.
I'll tell you if I want to do it right with them.
Okay.
Yes. Go.
Mario's gonna give me the look, but I'm gonna ask it just because they're hot, and they're Tejanos too.
La Frontera.
Frontera.
Absolutely. I would love to. My fans have been suggesting that since before. I'm going to be like super duper transparent. When I was out all those years, I was not involved in music. I still am stuck on 90s playlists. It's what I listen to. I don't really like explore much.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of at times find it helpful, because it helps me to do what I like and love, and not necessarily try to follow a trend. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what's hitting, so I want to try
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, I got
It's
you.
like,
I got you.
I don't know what's going on around me. Not that I don't care, but I want to focus on what comes from me.
Yeah.
And not have, triggers or contributions, right? So I can say that, like, yeah, I would love to. My fans began, right? What I was going to say is I had heard La Frontera. I didn't really know their music until they started the big collabs with like Bad Bunny and Beso, Pluma and all that. But right away, my fans have, since I started my return, was tagging them and do a duet with, and so on and so forth. So there I began to explore the current music a little bit more, learned who La Frontera was, who Peso Pluma were, who Bad Bunny was. I'm telling you, I was hiding under a rock practically. I know, you can say it. I was living under a rock. Yep, a big boulder. in the middle of the world. No, I'm just kidding.
It's lifted off now.
It is.
Right.
And now
You're exploring everything.
I would love to collaborate with any of those artists, any of the artists that are impacting music right now, and any of the artists who have impacted music in the past, and any of the artists who are going to impact music. I'm not opposed to that either. You know,
Bruno Mars.
I don't know. That one might intimidate me a little bit. Like, yo, I don't even want. He's like one of those people that like I hear him sing and I'm like, I don't even want to sing anymore. There are those, you know, those singers that like I hear them sing and I'm like, shh. Why do I even try?
That'd be awesome.
What am I even doing here? That'd be amazing.
Jennifer Pena with Bruno Mars.
Imagínate, mira nomás. Mira,
that
Bruno.
would be cool.
Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I'm yours. I want to talk about you.
Well, the very end of the show, we like to do is I give you the microphone. I mean, you had it all night, but
dude, this is I can already see that going viral, like people tagging Bruno Mars, Jennifer Pena.
Yeah, we need collab. Started right here on Bumpers
Bruno,
Wacky Wednesday.
Yo sí te quiero hablar de ti. Yo sí quiero hablar de ti.
Jen, I give the artist the microphone, and you know, before we just say good night, if you want to talk to your fans, you know, and let them know any thank yous, any shout outs, anything you want to do for the fans.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to all the fans who have supported, who have fanned this flame from the very beginning through social media, and who have sat back patiently waiting. I love it when I hear people say, like, I knew it. I knew you were coming back. I knew one day. Who have patiently sat and waited for my return to the music industry. I'm so grateful and so fortunate, so blessed, and very, very grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for the love that you've given me, the support that you've given me, and for being open to what's to come in the future, and being open to the changes and the growth from Jennifer as a human being and Jennifer as an artist.
Beautiful. Beautiful right there. So everybody that joined us tonight, on behalf of Jennifer Pena, you didn't know who this Mexican was right here. My name is Bumper Gomez, and you're watching Bumper's Wacky Wednesday.
Rock it, Bumper.
Right? And we like to keep Tejano relevant. That's what we say about Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. I've gotten to know Mario through mutual friends, and we've become, you know, good friends. I mean, we talk about anything and everything. Sometimes we can just carry a conversation without even talking about music.
Yeah.
Just, you know, he's just a cool dude, man.
He's the kind of person.
You got a really cool guy in your corner.
I know.
And you know, Jen.
I have very few people in my corner right now, but man, the ones that I have, I'm holding on to for life.
There you go. They're ready to rock and roll. But you know, again, Jen, for the people watching every single week on Wednesday nights, 7:30 live. I think I've only missed a few shows over the last over 4 years.
Awesome.
We bring in artists like Jennifer Pena. We bring in artists that's maybe been singing a year or two.
That's awesome.
We bring artists that have been singing for 30 years and they're still making it.
Love it.
We bring them all in, and I love to share their stories, and not just artists, guys who run sound, the roadies, like just a whole variety of how the industry works, club owners, promoters, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So if you guys, this is your first time watching, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, thank you guys so much for I didn't even get a chance. I want to tell you one more compliment.
Thank you.
And it comes from a good friend of mine. He's become a really good friend of mine over a year or so. And you got to perform with him. Well, not with him, but they performed, I think, before you guys did in Dallas, in Mesquite, right? That was Chris Bettis.
Oh yeah.
And dude, like, he's like, she never lost a beat.
Aw.
He never lost a beat. So, un saludos to Chris who's
Bettis.
watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Saludos.
appreciate your kind words.
Very much.
But no,
Thank you.
he wanted me to pass it on to you. Like,
Hey, that means a lot.
you
especially coming
killed
from
it.
him.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I had a wonderful, wonderful evening. I know Eddie's going to talk to me, and I'm going to say, dude, I wasn't nervous at all week, setting up, just wasn't nervous. My first 10 minutes of this show, I was nervous as hell. Like, I know I'm going to come back and watch it. I'll be like, God dang, dude, you're all over the place. But we didn't have any tequila, and you don't drink, you don't drink that. That's cool.
Thank you.
That
I drink sometimes.
That's a good thing.
not-
But Mario, you drink, right?
I drink sometimes. Don't like.
You got to say that because
Ay, mira la que no toma.
que no toma, and then you're gonna be
see me drinking alcohol.
you're gonna be somewhere, and then somebody's gonna see you, and they'll be like, no, I thought she said on the show que no toma.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Like they hold me to it. That's why I'm like, let me clarify. I drink sometimes.
But I gotta talk about this because we do every week we do shots with the artists, right? And sometimes the artists don't drink. This is clear
Can I
apple
get
juice.
some
If you
apple
want to try some apple juice, we got clear. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to pick up the sponsorship because we really love this tequila.
I've heard a lot about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna drink it, but we're gonna, if you can pass it to your partner in crime back there, Mario. And to everybody who watched tonight, who's watching now, that brought out your drinks, you guys could be doing 100 different things. And the fact of the matter is that on a Wednesday night, you're sitting down in your living room,
Can I
maybe
taste?
you can smell it, sip it.
No, can I? Yeah, I want to sip it.
Yeah, dale.
Dude.
Take-
Okay,
you
first
got-
of all,
you
that
got-
smelled delicious.
Dude,
And second,
Jen,
like,
you have to. You already did it.
It's super sweet.
Sweet. Okay. So for the
It's
fans,
sweet.
because we do it
crema
de tequila, quita
It's like-
penas, right? You got to kill it.
no.
You
No,
got.
no.
You're not gonna.
No. A mí no me van a ver así. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not the bottle, but just
No,
the rest of it.
kidding. I know, not the bottle. No, thank
No?
you. Thank
Okay.
you very much. It's delicious, though.
I tried.
It is delicious.
You already got her buzz. She's holding the wrong.
Hey, you're holding the wrong mic already, Mario.
No, I'm not.
For the day that you put me
make
through,
question.
for the day that you put me through to get me here,
Did he kidnap you?
dude. I posted this morning, Jen, that I felt that somebody was watching me.
It was Mario. It was
yeah,
Mario.
and-
Mario was like, "Hell."
Dude, Mario had this dude snatch me up at the freaking gas station
Dang, Mario, that's-
and drag me here, man.
Mario's like, I got friends in low places where the whiskey drop.
And before,
where tequila
go, keep
drowns
going. Sing that shit. But no, Mario, I wanna personally thank you for assisting in putting this together. Jen, man, thank you so much, dude. Honestly,
you.
thank
It was
you.
a pleasure.
It's another a stamp in our Bumpers Wacky Wednesday book. It's a big stamp.
Thank
You know that you're here and you got to sit down and talk to us and get. I really like the people just to get to know a different side of the artist other than singing.
Yeah.
Of course, I know that people love to hear you sing,
I love
and I
singing.
get that. People do that. But Mario, to your friendship, brother, gracias. Thank you so much, man. Pa arriba, pa abajo. Para centro,
Pa adentro.
y pa
And now
dentro
down?
for everybody.
You gotta hit it now.
The one
I
who
learned
doesn't
that
drink.
recently.
The one who doesn't
I
drink.
said I learned it recently. Viste? I knew people were gonna do that.
It's good. It's good.
It's delicious.
Mario, you want to trickle us out? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys.
Tickle that ivories.
Thank you guys so much for a wonderful night, Jen. Again, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. I had a blast.
Me too.
Had a blast, and I hope 1 year from now, I'm gonna put it on my calendar right now. 1 year from now, you're gonna return to Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, and we're
I have
gonna.
a whole lot to report.
That's what I'm hoping for. And the last thing I'll leave you with is, again, like I said, that backpack. It's important to me. It's important to a lot of people out there. You're carrying us with you, and if you ever just have one of those days where, like, man, maybe this is not for me, or which I doubt that, but before you walk on that stage, just know, man, that backpack is full of all of us.
Yeah.
Whether you're performing in California, in New York, Florida, Chicago, Milwaukee, wherever.
Thank you.
We're proud of you.
For that reminder. Thank you.
We're proud of you, and always remember that.
Thank you.
Right?
I appreciate it.
To everybody who watched, thank you guys so much. Really, really, really appreciate everybody who tuned in, everybody who commented. I'll go back and check out all the comments. And before we call it a night, I got to give a big thank you, a big abrazo, a big hug to the guy who makes it happen week in and week out, the producer of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, Mr. Eddie Hernandez. If you guys know Eddie, it's either Team Laura or Team Eddie.
Oh, yeah?
Team Eddie's probably the better. You'll have more followers.
Okay.
You'll get more followers if you pick Team Eddie. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much from the undisclosed location somewhere here in the 210. Jen, thank you
so much.
Appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in a year. Mario, gracias. We'll see you guys next week. Familia, we're going to have Los Aguilares. If you guys remember the Los Aguilares, we're going to have the family on here talking about the family history of Los Aguilares. It's going to be a great show. Jen, gracias. Mario, thank you.
Thank you.
Eddie, thank you. You guys have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.